1 in 8. Those are the odds that women face when it comes to breast cancer.
And it's a very personal. NBC4's Ellie Merritt shares one woman's story living with the disease.
Breast cancer is a devastating diagnosis, but nothing about the disease is one size fits all. In fact, we can diagnose it, treat it, and live with it, unlike ever before. But no surgery?
No surgery.
No chemo?
No chemo.
No radiation?
No radiation.
You'd never know that Annie Duane was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. There's no cure, but she lives with it, taking targeted drugs that seek out the cancer without horrible side effects. The latest and greatest in the fight against breast cancer.
People didn't ask for it. They didn't do a darn thing wrong, and it happened to them.
Dr. Raquel Reinbold at OSU's James Cancer Hospital and So Love Research Institute dedicates her life to treating breast cancer. At the same time we have these huge strides in the fight, the diagnosis is still so common. To hear the words, "you have breast cancer," the odds are 1 in 8.
1 in 8 is very, very common, and people always come into my clinic and say, why did I get breast cancer? You know, how did this happen? Is it, family history, et cetera? And sure, genetics play a role, but the fact is, as you said, it's just a common thing these days. And, get 8 of your friends in a room, and that's pretty overwhelming odds, actually.
Overwhelmingly, too, changes over when women should start mammograms. For years, women have been told to start annual mammograms at the age of 40 or earlier if there's a family history of breast cancer. But then a government task force came out with 50, and now the American Cancer Society just raised their starting age to 45. Yet tell that to women diagnosed in their 20s or 30s. So what do you do? Bottom line, it's a decision women should make with their doctors.
I think that should be a bit of an individualized discussion. I think these guidelines are very, very important, but we do know that, mammography particularly is an important
her to listen to her body and fight back.
I'm living with it now. I mean, the cure is a hope. It's not there yet.
The guidelines, still the National Comprehensive Cancer Network stands by age 40 for starting mammograms. And doctors say if you have a family history of cancer, you have to talk to your doctor about starting them even earlier. And never ignore symptoms or something that just doesn't feel right. Be aggressive in getting the screenings you need based on your lifestyle, family history, and symptoms. Ellie Merritt, NBC4.